Shorts were not on the bingo card in the middle of October, but this autumn has just been unbelievable with the warm days and the cool evenings. An absolutely perfect night of football weather. Thank you to Echo for that.
Yeah, one more of those next week, please.
That's right,
Echo.
and her exclusive Al Gore AccuWeather forecast calls for mid-70s next Friday for a high. Now, it might cool off a little bit, but yep, it's going to be another warm day tomorrow. Then it's going to be cool at the beginning of the week, but she says the temperatures should be up to about the mid-70s by next week. So we should have some fabulous weather, and you'll be filling in next Friday on senior night when Rensselaer Central comes to town. A chance for the Berries, hopefully, to finish the season strong. And can you believe the sectional draw is Sunday? It doesn't seem possible that we're this far into the season.
Unreal. And like I say, you haven't had to fight your way through these bad weather nights, which it seems like you get one or two of those every year where you'll have the lightning delay where the old half-hour rule kicks in and then the other half hour. But, boy, we've been real lucky.
Yep, we have. All right, that will do it for the Mike Anderson Auto Group pregame show. When we return, we will have the opening kickoff of this huge conference game between the Logansport Berries and the Western Panthers. There's more to come live from Logansport. I was wondering what they were doing. Okay, it's Western coming onto the field. Thank you once again, Alan James. Welcome back to LMH Stadium. Mark Thomas is filling in for Dave Packard, who is out of town. He'll be unavailable both this Friday and next Friday. The Logansport Berries, the home team in their home black jerseys with red numerals trimmed in white, and Western in their traditional black colors with white jerseys and big black numbers on the back, Mark. That makes it nice for old guys like us to be able to see those numbers
just
from
what I was
the
going to
distance.
say, Joe. Yeah, I appreciate that, and got the binoculars here just in case.
And we got a huge game up in Royal Center, or is it at Triton? I can't remember. But anyway, Pioneer and Triton doing battle, a couple of top 10 teams, and our good friend Milt House will be there, and hopefully we'll be able to pass along some scores from that one. And the Logansport Berries have elected to kick off, so they're going to put the defense on the field first, Mark, and you wonder if perhaps it's that offensive struggles that you've talked about in the pregame show, maybe to get their defense on the field right away to see what they can do against this Western offense.
Yeah, I would think so, Joe. You got a pretty good idea. Hey, we're going to score points. Let's get off to a start. Let's stop these guys and then take over.
So as we mentioned, the Berries with a chance for an outright conference championship in their first year in the Hoosier Conference in the Big School Division, along with Hamilton Heights, West Lafayette, Twin Lakes, and Western. As we mentioned, they will wrap up the regular season next Friday night, senior night, against Rensselaer Central. And Echo Simpson has already talked up some good weather. So if you have a chance to get back from fall break, come on and root the Berries on senior night. A chance to say goodbye to some outstanding seniors on this football field, on this football team. And it's been a season to remember for the Berries. I think fall break, Mark, has kept some of the people away tonight. So normally this place has been full all season long. But I think some folks are taking advantage of the nice weather and getting the heck out of Dodge for.
Blame them.
Nope, not at all.
Kind of a late arriving people, but yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad at all. Nope. So the Berries were set to kick off, and it will be Dylan Hand handling the kickoff duties, dropping back deep. is Brady Comer, along with Cameron Hobensack. And Ham puts a high end-over-end kick. Comer backpedaling, fields it at his 2-yard line, tries to set up a return to his right. He's going lateral, and he's in big trouble. Now breaks a tackle, and he gets to the edge, across the 25, across the 30. Makes one man miss, and he is in Logansport territory. As the Berries were in great position, Mark, to make the tackle, but credit Comer for getting to the edge and getting a big return for Western.
Yeah, showed decent speed there. I thought they had the angle on him, but boy, it's going to be just about a 50-yard return.
Mm-hmm. Let's see where they spot it. It looks like they're going to spot it in Logansport territory. So Western, for the first possession of the night in plus territory, will have it at the Logansport 48-yard line, and that's just what a winless team needs to start off the night to try and get some confidence against this 6-1 Logansport ball club.
Definitely.
So they are heavy run with Kyler Norman, the quarterback position, who does a lot of the running game. Big, tall kid, 5'10", 170-pounder. In that quarterback position. A tight formation for the Western Panthers, taking some time at the line of scrimmage before they snap this football. Now the handoff to the fullback and a short gain for Levi Shoemaker. They'll give Shoemaker about 4 yards on the carry. Down to the 44, sets up second down and 6.
Yeah, Shoemaker wearing a big oven mitt type deal on his right hand there, so that that could be tough if you're carrying the ball. Let's get a turnover when this guy gets it.
Yeah, 6'4", 225-pound fullback for the Panthers, who have it second down and 6 just underway. And a spectacular night of weather, drop into the mid-60s before we get out of here tonight at LMH Stadium. Second down and 6. For the Panthers, Norman once again in the gun with Shoemaker to his right. And now Norman on a quarterback keeper in the middle of the field. Gets close to the 40-yard line. They'll mark him short of the 40, around the 41-yard line, setting up a third down and 3. But from this spot in the field, definitely 4-down territory for the Panthers. So we'll have a couple of cracks at it to try and pick up these 3 yards.
Yeah, you would think, what do they have to lose at any point? It's 4 downs every time I get it if I'm on that side of the 50.
Absolutely. So they have it at the Logansport 41-yard line. Third down and 3 for the Panthers. Once again, Shoemaker to the right of quarterback Kyler Norman. And Norman will keep it himself. And he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Drags Lauren Taylor for about a yard, or I beg your pardon, that's Tate Strong coming up from the secondary. Stops him short of the first down. 4th down and a long one for the Panthers, and no hesitation whatsoever from the coaching staff. They will go for it. I think it's the right call. Spot on the field with just so short yardage to get. Actually, I'll give them a better spot than I thought if you're a Berries fan, so it's going to be closer to a 2-yard situation here now. 4th down and 2 for the Panthers. 7-man up front. Logansport trying to stop the run. Norman on a keeper around the right side. He is hit down, and I believe he is going to be short of the first down.
I think so too, Joe. Good job by the Berries shutting that down.
Deegan Kitchell, Jaquez Jackson Guajardo, and a host of Berries to make the stop. Short of the first down. And Logansport with a 4 and out after great field position on that great kickoff return. So we'll see if the Berries can take advantage of their great defense. Great starting field position for the Berries, just shy of the 40-yard line.
Never been a big fan of the formations where everybody's in so tight, unless you've just got the offensive line that's going to bury people anyway. It doesn't really matter. But, it's nice to have some people spread out on the defense a little bit.
Yep, we heard the assistant coaches in the room next to us said 7-man front, you need to audible out of it, but unfortunately for the Panthers, they did not. So Logansport will take over on downs. Now Caden Walker on a pitch around the right side. He gets to the edge, but he is tripped up on a nice tackle that time.
Yes, it was, because he had a first down if that tackle's not made.
Yep, Evan Dinn with an ankle tackle, 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. And as Mark said, that saved a big gain. Still a pretty good gain for Caden Walker of 5 on that first down carry. Sets up second down and 5 for Logansport. They have it at their own 44-yard line. Clock running, 9:15 to go. Opening quarter. The Berries defense turned the ball over on downs against Western's offense, and they have their first possession of the night. DeValier in at fullback with the brothers Jackson and Caden Walker at wingback. Now DeValier on a fullback dive is close to the first down, and he will have the first down on extra effort as he spun his way forward to the midfield stripe. And Logansport will get a new set of downs. First down and 10 at the midfield stripe. Good work by that offensive line to give DeValier a big enough hole to get a first down.
He seems to finish his runs too.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
He's going forward at the end.
5'10", 190-pound fullback. As we mentioned, got a lion's share of the carries last week. Coach Johnson liked the matchup against Western. I'm sure we'll see a lot of Elliot Baldini tonight, but Duvalier in for the time being. He'll get another fullback dive, and he'll drag a couple Western Panthers with him. He's still on his feet, still going, and he will have the first down as he was stopped 6 or 7 yards short of the first down marker. And he just dragged players, and it wasn't like a bush push. He was doing that on his own.
No, you see so much of that now. I'm plugging to get rid of that.
Yep,
okay?
I'm
sick of seeing it. But that was pure heart by Duvalier there.
11-yard pickup and a first down. And when we first started watching football in the early 70s, Mark, that was not allowed.
Oh, no.
So I don't know why they decided to change it, but I'm with you. I'd like to see that eliminated. But a new set of downs for Logansport. They have it first down and 10 at the Western 39-yard line. Now pitch around the left side to Jackson Walker, waiting for a block to develop.
Oh, yeah.
And he makes the man miss, and he'll have the first down and more as big brother Caden threw a block for him to get him a first down. Well, I should say older brother, because I think Jackson might be bigger than Caden, but older brother Caden with a nice block to allow Jackson to get another Logansport first down. They've had great success hitting the edge here on this drive.
A nice little straight arm that time by Jackson Walker to lose that guy.
13-yard pickup. Back-to-back first downs for Logansport. They have it at the Western 26-yard line. Clock running. 8 minutes to go. Opening quarter. No score, but the Berries threatening to strike first as they put together a nice drive after the defensive stop. Now fullback dive to Elliot Baldini, but before that we're going to get a flag on the play. And I believe that's going to be maybe lining up in the neutral zone by the Western Panthers. So the Matt Lang penalty tracker. First time we've called on that. 5-yard penalty offside.
Well, you can't blame Western for trying to grab some type of advantage because they are getting run over at this point.
Definitely on their heels on this drive. So offside by Western. Sets up the Berries first down and 5 now at the Western 21-yard line. With 7:50 to go in our opening quarter. A scoreless tie. The Berries going for a conference championship tonight. Now handoff to Baldini, who sit at the line of scrimmage, pushes his way forward for a couple of yards down to the 19-yard line. That will set up second down and 3 as Bryson hurries to the sideline to get the play call from Coach Johnson. We'll see what the coaching staff dials up here. Second down and short. As the Berries going for an undefeated conference season in the big school division in the Hoosier Conference. Currently a game ahead of West Lafayette and Hamilton Heights, each with 1 loss in conference play. Fullback dive to Baldini, and he makes a nice move inside the 15-yard line. Another Logansport first down. And credit the right side of that offensive line, Mark, as Baldini had a nice hole to get that first down.
Sure did, and he jumped through that hole, boy, too.
Give him 6 on that gain. And another first down for Logansport, first down and 10. They'll spot it at the Western 13-yard line. Clock stopped temporarily to move the chains. It has restarted as we approach 7 minutes to go. In our first quarter, a scoreless tie, but the Berries in the red zone. Trying to draw first blood here tonight. Now counter play to Jackson Walker. He's got a nice hole. Makes a man miss inside the 10, inside the 5. I'll say his knee touchdown at around the 4-yard line, just shy of the first down, but good individual effort that time from Jackson Walker to pick up 9 yards on a solid gain on first down for Logansport. Second down and short now for the Berries.
Boy, definitely, it's just fun to watch the offense. If I'm sitting down there like I was before, I don't know who's got the ball half the time. I got a little advantage getting up here. But
yep, Bryson Hurd doing a nice job running this offense from that quarterback position. Second down and 1. The Berries have it at the West Lafayette 4-yard line. Now fullback dive to Baldini, and he is going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run for Elliot Baldini. It is 6-0 Logansport with the point after to come. And they made it look easy on that drive, Mark.
Oh, a very good drive. No penalties, nothing shaggy. Just a nice, dominating drive.
And they mixed it up, getting different people involved. Four different people carried the ball. They went inside, they went off tackle, they went outside. And Western had no answer. And now Dylan Ham in for the point after for the Berries. And Bryson Hurd will be the holder. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is no good, wide right. As Dylan Ham misses the point after, so with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to play in our first quarter, Logansport on top 6-0, but this game could not started better for Western on that fabulous kickoff return in plus territory to start the ball game, but they turned the ball over on downs. And the Berries marched right down the field, 60-yard touchdown, capped off by a 4-yard Elliot Baldini touchdown. And the Berries are on top 6-0.
Yeah, they had to feel pretty good about themselves after a nice return, and then basically did nothing after that. And boy, you're fired up, and then it sets back in and says, wow, we really have trouble moving the ball and scoring, and here we go again.
And like you talked about, that bunch formation, that provides them not a whole lot of options on offense. So
no,
unless you have a powerhouse offensive line with Orlando Pace and Tony Baselli, it's tough.
And it's not a formation really. If you get behind, it's really not like it's a quick strike offense type. So I mean, you do what you have with your personnel.
That's right.
I get that.
Absolutely. So we'll see if Western has any different wrinkles that they can unveil. As it was Kyler Norman and Levi Shoemaker carrying the ball in that first drive. Logansport turned over on downs as they stacked the line of scrimmage to stop the run, and they did. So we'll see if the Panthers have any better success on their second possession. The danger is Brady Comer, who had a great kickoff return to start the game. He'll get another opportunity as he will field it at the 4-yard line. And he'll try and set up a return toward the middle. He's got some running room across the 20, across the 25-yard line, and another nice return for Comer. And he was real close to breaking that one, Mark. If he had gotten away from that tackle, he might still be running.
He may be their best chance to score, Joe. He's definitely a nice weapon.
Yep, at least from what we've seen in the early going, no question about it. So perhaps he might get involved because he stays on the field in the offensive alignment. Maybe he'll get a couple of touches on offense for the Panthers, who will start at their own 27-yard line. 6 minutes exactly to play in our first quarter. Logansport on top, 6-0. Western with their second possession of the night. And again, bunch formation with a couple of wingbacks to the right. Shoemaker to the left of Norman. Now Norman drops back to pass, and he's going to put it up. And there is Comer, but he is well covered, and it is broken up. Nice coverage that time. Double coverage, Jaquez Jackson Guajardo, and Quincy Jackson on the coverage. Intended for Comer, but throwing it into double coverage. Western's lucky that didn't get picked off.
Yeah, they did listen to you, try to get Comer with the ball. But I think Comer kind of made a good defensive play himself there by coming over the back to try to break it up.
Yep, Jackson Guajardo was in great position to pick that one off. As Mark said, Comer played defensive back on that one, broke it up. 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. They have it at their own 27-yard line, down 6-0. Midway through quarter number 1 here at LMH Stadium. A fabulous night of weather in high school football. Now Norman will keep it himself. He breaks one tackle, still on his feet. He'll have the first down. As he dragged a couple of Berries with him out near the 40-yard line. I'll mark him at the 39. A 12-yard gain, but that was all on the legs of Kyler Norman. Once he got his feet moving and some forward momentum, he was hard to bring down. Dickinson Hippolyte on the stop for the Berries.
A little bit of momentum for them. It's just so tough to go three and out, and you know the kids are giving the best effort they can. It just it wears on you. So the first down of the night for the Panthers. They have it at the 39-yard line. Now Shoemaker gets the carry, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for about a yard. Christopher Curry in on the stop. Elliot Baldini also making the play, and a gain of a yard, so 2nd down and 9. That's got to be tough if you're a running back and you basically can only put one hand on the ball.
Right.
I mean, you might kind of be able to protect it a little bit with that, with the mid on there, but it's got to make it tough.
Yeah, perhaps he's been dealing with an injury. Maybe that's why I have a big wrap on that right hand. It almost looks like another mitt because it is a big wrapping. So, obviously, he must be dealing with an injury. Credit to him for trying to play through that injury. Now, the quarterback keeper is Norman. The ball is stripped loose. It is loose and is up for grabs. Deegan Kitchell picks it up, and he is gone. 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. Deegan Kitchell, 37-yard touchdown return on the fumble, and the Berries will go for 2 to get that point back that they lost on the missed INT.
Wow.
And just like that, the Panthers are looking at a double-digit deficit. And we haven't even played 8 minutes here tonight. So 38-yard fumble return for a touchdown for Deegan Kitchell. I'm sorry I couldn't get the number of the kid who made the tackle to strip the ball.
Yeah, and I didn't either, Joe. I was watching who was carrying it, and
Kitchell showing that great speed that he showed last week on an 86-yard touchdown pass against West Lafayette that tied the game at 7 and really righted the ship for the Berries, who were reeling a little bit in that first quarter. West Lafayette got off to a great start, but that play seemed to stabilize things. And now a big play on defense.
And if he didn't get it, another Berry was going to, because there was about 4 of them out there.
Yes, there was. So the Berries will go for 2. Bryson Herr rolls out to his right, got a man wide open, and it is caught to Jackson Walker for the 2-point conversion. And, Mark, you saw that all the way, as that was a well-designed play, and Walker was wide open in the end zone.
Yep, very well done. Walker just came out to the right side, nobody there, and I'd say we've been efficient so far,
yes,
Jeff.
No question. We've played less than 7.5 minutes here in the first quarter. The Berries with a 4-and-out defensively, a touchdown, and then a fumble and return for a touchdown. So their offense has scored, their defense has scored, and Western, as you mentioned, Mark, this is not an offense designed to come up, put a lot of points on the board, at least in a hurry.
No, and like I said, here, Comer, he may be their best shot to score here, breaking a kickoff, and that puts a lot of pressure on your team.
Oh, yeah. So we'll see if maybe the Berries maybe kick away from Comer, because he's been, as you mentioned, their best weapon by far tonight with 2 great returns. And we'll see as Coach Russell is talking with his special team unit just in front of the Berry sideline, perhaps discussing something maybe to keep it away from Comer, as he will drop back. And
he's going, we'll see if they put him in the same spot. Yeah, he's on the left side again. So
yep, and the quarterback Kyler Norman is also the other deep back. But Dillingham likes to kick from that right hash mark and punch it into the corner to limit the return man's options. We'll see if that continues. Maybe a squib kick, as Dylan's shown great effectiveness with that as well, using that bouncy field turf here at LMH Stadium to his advantage. We'll see what the Berries do. Up 14-0 with 4:35 to go here in quarter number 1. And they'll kick it again to Comer, again back in that corner.
Spot.
Yep. He'll start at the 3-yard line. Now return straight up the left sideline and makes another man miss, still on his feet. And another good return for Brady Comer, 5'10" senior, across the 25-yard line. And the first man has not tackled him yet on his 3 kickoff returns.
No, and it's almost the same spot where he's caught every one of them. And good return, man.
So at the 27-yard line, Western will start for their 3rd possession of the night. They do have 1 first down so far, but a costly turnover that led to a touchdown on a strip by Logansport defender. Deegan Kitchell picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown. So the Panthers got to try and slow down the momentum of the Berries attack. Logansport already up 14-0. Norman on a quarterback keeper. It's hit around the 30, falls forward to the 31-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6. Pretty good push that time from the offensive line. So you give Norman some positive yardage. Setting up a manageable 2nd down for the Panthers. 2nd down and 6. Clock running as we approach 4 minutes to play in our opening quarter. It's been a great start for the Berries. Up 14-0.
Yep, offense has done their job. Defense got the big turnover and immediately cashed it in.
So we'll see what Western dials up. 2nd down and 6. Norman in the gun with big Levi Shoemaker to his right and a couple of wingbacks in front of them. And Norman again on a quarterback keeper. And not as much running room this time. Tate Strong, Caden Walker, Chris DeValier on the stop. Only a 1-yard pickup that time. We'll set up 3rd down and 5. The Bears would love to get a 3-and-out and get their offense back on the field.
Yeah, they want to get a big lead and get that running clock going and get some other people out on the field and rest some people and move on.
Yep, because it is a fall break for the students as well, even though they've got a game next Friday night. And they'll have some practice next week. But their schedule will be much easier, obviously, without school during fall break next week here at Logansport High School. Now Norman rolls out to his right. Tate Strong is trying to pursue him from the weak side. The pass is up for grabs, and it is going to be intercepted by Caden Walker, who jumps over the training table as his momentum carried him into the sidelines, and his athleticism was able to jump over the training table, and he bounced right back up. That could have been ugly, but the great athleticism came to hop that trainer's table and come away unscathed. But a big INT, 2nd turnover of the night for this Berries defense, and they're in business once again in good field position.
Good coverage. It stood no chance to get it by Caden Walker that time. And again, you don't have a lot of options if you're a quarterback. It's not like you're looking off somebody and coming back. You basically have one receiver in the pattern and Walker all over that.
Yep, and oh, by the way, Tate Strong was breathing down your neck, ready to deliver a big hit, so he had to get rid of it. Unfortunately, the Panthers threw it into double coverage, and Caden Walker turns an interception, and Logansport has it first down and 10. At their own 41-yard line with 2:53 to go. In our opening quarter, the Berries up 14-0, and now a flag on the play as the Berries were going to dial up a pass. And we'll see, and it's going to be a false start on the Berries. Matt Lang penalty tracker. First penalty of the night for the Berries. Each team with 1 5-yard penalty so far tonight. So both teams so far have done a pretty good job in that category. But the Berries defense has been huge with 2 turnovers and turn them over on downs on their first possession. So no success so far for the Western offense with just 1 first down here in this contest. Now Logansport with their second possession offensively. And they're still waiting for, I'm not sure what the delay is, but Coach Johnson is taking advantage of the extra time by having a conversation with his quarterback Bryson Hurd before he sends the play call in with her into the huddle. We'll see what he dials up. First down and 15 for the Berries. They have it at their own 36-yard line. Carson Dubes to the bottom of the formation, split out wide to the left. DeValier in at fullback. He'll get the carry on the fullback dive. He's got some running room, and he is close to the first down across the 45 near the midfield stripe. Great job by blocking at the point of attack from that left side of the offensive line. DeValier with a huge hole, running downhill out to the 48-yard line, a 12-yard gain. Got that 5-yard penalty back and then some. Second down and 3 now for the Berries.
Boy, Del Valle, he just ran through that first arm tackle, didn't even slow him down.
Clock continuing to run, 2 minutes, 22 seconds to play. In our first quarter, Logansport has scored early and then jumped out to a 14-0 lead. They have the ball near midfield on second down and 3. They have it at their own 48-yard line. Now, Jackson Walker started in motion, then stopped. I thought that the officials might let him get away with it, but clearly illegal motion on the Berries that time as Jackson Walker forgot the snap count.
And this is what you don't want. You don't want to lose concentration. Yep. Everything's really rolling your way, and you want to stay focused.
So 5-yard penalty, second of the drive, back to the 43-yard line. So it'll be second down and 8 for the Berries. Going for an undisputed Big School Division Hoosier Conference Championship tonight. If they can knock off the Western Panthers, they will complete the perfect 4-0 season, improve to 7-1, and await their fate on the sectional draw on Sunday. In motion now is Jackson Walker. The handoff to DeValier up the middle. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. It's going to take 4 or 5 Panthers to bring him down back to the 48, and they may give him out to the 49-yard line. Give him 6 on that carry. And sets up third down and 2 for Logansport as we are inside of 2 minutes to go here.
Yeah, first man is not going to bring DeValier
down. No, sure isn't. His former Berry standout Garrett Barron with a headset near the midfield stripe. A lot of former Berries in the house tonight. Grayson Long, Jeremiah Miller, Rylan Campbell, member of Coach Fry's baseball team, in the house trying to root on the Berries. So we'll see what the Berries come up with. Third down and 3. Caden Walker in motion to the right. He'll get the pitch to the right, trying to wait for his blockers to set up, which he does. And I think he'll have a first down, and that was great patience that time from Walker, Marcus. There was not much running room on that right side.
Yep, it looked like he was stopped, but we got somebody down for the Berries. Hopefully not.
And I believe that is Caden Walker.
Yeah. So
they will give him forward progress to the Western 47-yard line. And first down, so the training Sidney Latham rushes out, and Caden appears to be in a great deal of pain with the helmet off. One of the toughest kids. And you'll see, hopefully, not too serious. 1 minute and 18 seconds to play in our first quarter. Logansport 14, Western nothing.
It was. It's only a 3-yard run, but boy, he should have had nothing.
Yes.
He waited, like you say, were patient for those offensive linemen to do their job and get a block, and setting up now and back on his feet, and that's a good sign.
Yes, it is. He's going to be able to walk off under his own power, and based on the way he's walking, Mark, I don't think it's a knee. Hopefully maybe turned an ankle.
Yeah.
Which is painful, but not nearly as serious as a knee. So Quincy Jackson normally is replaces one of the walkers, and that will be the case. Quincy is in the lineup, and Caden walking very slowly, but the luxury the Berries have with this 14-0 lead, that they can give him time to heal up, and Quincy Jackson, a more than capable backup at that wingback position for the Berries. As Caden has taken his time, and he might as well. There's no need to hurry. Looks like it's favoring that left leg. Hopefully, just a turned ankle. As tough of a kid as Caden is, he'll be able to get back quickly if that's all that it is. So first down and 10. Logansport has it in Western territory at the 48-yard line. Now Herr rolls out to his left. Has time. The pass is going to be caught by Carson Dubes, who made a nice catch, and a good job by Dubes to hang on, as he took quite a lick by Kyler Norman. But he hung onto the football, and he's going to be just short of the first down, give him about 9 yards. But a well-thrown ball and a good job by, as we mentioned, Carson Dubes hanging on after taking a big hit.
Oh, nice throw across his body. I mean, that's not easy.
Mm-hmm. Based on where they're placing the football, that should be a first down because that's past the sticks.
Well, I thought he caught it right at 10 yards.
Mm-hmm. I thought so, too. So there's some...
of course, I'm still dumb enough to do my books in pen, so I have to change all this 6 times. So.
Yep.
All right.
They will give him 10 yards.
I believe Clay Scott.
Yep.
Anytime he tells me first down, I believe it.
So first down for the Berries at the 38-yard line. Now Baldini gets a handoff around the left side, and he is going to be brought down, but not before he gets a nice gain down to the 30-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. Sets up second down and 2 inside of 1 minute to go in quarter number 1 here at LMH Stadium. Logansport on top, 14-0. Play clock and the game clock about 4 seconds difference, so the Berries will have to run at least one more play here in this first quarter. But so far, Western has not been able to stop what Logansport offensively, and Kyle Rosie sprints to the football to snap this ball and trying to give the Berries a first down here. Second down and 2 at the Western 30-yard line. Now Herr rolls out to his right. He's got time. The pass is going to be through the fingertips of Carson Dubes. That was done with a lot of velocity, but Carson will tell you that's one he should have caught it right through his hands. That was a well-thrown ball from Herr, but unfortunately the Berries falls to the turf incomplete, setting up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, good pattern. Ball was there, just didn't hook up.
Yep. Now Devalier back in for Baldini. As Quincy Jackson will remain in the lineup as Caden Walker on the bench with trainer Sidney Latham tending to him. Hopefully nothing too serious. 3rd down and 2 for the Berries. Now handoff to Devalier on the fullback dive, and he is going to be brought down short of the first down, and the Berries will have the quarter break to think it over what they're going to do here. 4th down and 1. 1 quarter in the books here at LMH Stadium. Our score, Logansport 14, Western nothing. When we return, we'll have quarter number 2 live from Logansport. Thank you very much, Alan James. Mark Thomas filling in for Dave Packer. Joe Stetz alongside. We have 1 quarter in the books. Logansport up 14-0. The Berries have it 4th down and 1 at the Western 29-yard line. And easy decision for Coach Johnson here. Too far for a field goal, too close to the end zone to punt it away. So they will go for it. And Western, they can get some much-needed momentum if they can come up with a stop. After it looked like Logansport would easily pick up a first down in this series, the Dons had it 2nd down and 2, an incomplete pass and a short gain. Sets them up 4th down and 1. So this is a big spot for Western to try and get something positive to happen for their ball club, which they've had scant few opportunities so far here tonight. 4th down and 1 for the Berries. Hand off to Devalier, and he will get the first down as the right side of the offensive line got a push, and Devalier did the rest. So credit the offensive line and Devalier with a good hard run down to the 26. and a Logansport first down.
Yeah, I have the Berries with 95 total yards in the first quarter, and very efficient. 27 yards for Western.
The Bears getting it done primarily on the ground, although there is that one completion to Carson Dubes. But as Mark mentioned, the running game has gotten the job done. 85 yards on the ground through one quarter play, plus that 10-yard completion to Carson Dubes. The officials taking a lot of time. I'm not sure
how many times did he signal.
Yep, just wanted to make sure everyone's on the right page. No, Larry Umholtz, I believe, forgot the snap count from that right guard position. And that is going to be an illegal procedure on the Berries. The Matt Lang penalty tracker. Penalty number 3 for the Berries. All 5-yard mark-offs. So far, they've been able to overcome those penalties so far. But those can be drive killers, especially when you're going up against some better competition, which Logansport will eventually face in sectional 20. As we mentioned, the sectional draw to be unveiled on Sunday night.
Yeah, you're playing to get better.
That's
at this
right.
Point, you think you're going to beat this opponent, but you want to put your best effort out there.
No question about it. So 1st and 15 for the Berries. Now Deegan Kitchell shifts over to the right side of the formation in that tight end position. Quincy Jackson in motion to the right. He'll get the pitch to the right side, and he's got some speed, and he has got some running room inside the 20, and a nice move. Comer finally brings him down, but Quincy Jackson very close to the first down. He showed some great speed that time as great seal blocking gave him the edge, and he took advantage in a big gain for the Berries.
Well, a lot of people out there. I know Dubes was one of the guys out front there.
Mark him at the 18-yard line, give him 13 on that first down carry. 2nd down and 2 for the Berries. Clock running, 11:15 to go. First half, Logansport on top, 14-0. And again, Kitchell will shift over to the right side of the formation. Quincy Jackson once again in motion. Now handoff to Devalier. He's got a big hole and a first down inside the 15. Down to the 11-yard line. As we talked about Baldini jumping through the hole on a previous play. Devalier didn't jump through it, Mark, but he exploded through that big hole, and a big gain for the Berries and another first down.
Yeah, and he is a load to bring down. That's for sure.
We invite you to stay tuned for the Comfort Keepers halftime show. Coming up, coincidentally enough, at halftime, we've got a special guest lined up. We've just confirmed with our guest that this person will be available to talk to us at halftime. With 10:55 to go here in the first half. Now handoff to Devalier up the middle, breaks the tackle, still on his feet. Devalier stretches forward, and he is going to be just short of the goal line. Now, Rule his knee down at the 1-yard line, but it will be a 1st and goal for the Berries, and that was an inspired run by Devalier.
Yeah, 56 yards on 8 carries. I have Devalier for at this point, and see who's going to finish it off here for the Berries.
As Caden Walker remains on the bench with Sidney Latham, and if the Berries continue to have things going their way, the Berries might have the luxury of keeping him out to risk potential further injury for Walker. Here, 1st and goal. Logansport has it at the 1-yard line. Quincy Jackson in motion. The handoff to Devalier, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Devalier, a 1-yard touchdown run. The Berries are on top, 20-0 with the point after to come.
Yeah, nice drive by the Berries again. We saw Caden Walker carry the ball. Devalier. We saw Quincy Jackson with a nice run, spreading it around.
And it all starts with the big fellas up front who do the job, whether the Berries want to go inside or out. Outstanding performance by this offensive line so far. Everything going Logansport's way, up 20-0 with the point after to come. Hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good as Dillingham drills that one right through the uprights. With 10:27 to go in our first half, it is Logansport on top, 21-0. And Western needs just a couple first downs, Mark, if for nothing else, just to feel better about themselves, because it has just been a terrible start, unfortunately, for them tonight.
Yeah, you just want to keep your defense off the field for a little bit, if nothing else. I mean, put 6-7 plays together where you can at least give people a break. But the Berries offensive line doing a job. It's if you're a receiver or a tight end in this offense, you're not going to get too many bones as far as catching the ball. It's going to happen once in a while, but you better be able to block if you're going to be out there, and they do.
We do have a score. Rochester on top of Southwood, 16-0. Our former colleague, Ron Schaefer, who's done an outstanding job as the head coach at Rochester, has the Zebras on top of Southwood, 26-0. We've got a score from Kokomo. The Wildcats leading McCutcheon, 14-3. I don't know if you had a chance to look at the basketball schedule, Mark. I just had glanced at it this week. Some of the former North Central Conference foes will remain on the schedule for the Berries. Kokomo, McCutcheon, Jeff, and Harrison are all going to be on the schedule, which we thought that they might be able to remain, especially with each team with limited conference games on the basketball schedule.
Oh, I like that. Being an old person, I like to see those old NCC teams.
Yep. And so kickoff by Ham, and now this will be a squib kick, and it gets away from Comer, and it'll bounce into the end zone. Well done that time from Dylan Ham, as they recognize what you and I have seen, that Comer's the most dangerous Western player so far. So kick it away from him, touchback, takes it back to the 20. That's where Western will start.
Well, we'll see if Western comes out, and they've tried a couple passes and not much success. One was picked off by Logan, and the other one was basically broken up by Comer to save an interception. Yep. So,
well, our good friend Bo Wicker is on the sideline, and he tweeted out it was Caden Walker who forced the fumble that Deegan Kitchell ended up picking up and scoring for a touchdown. But like you mentioned, Mark, 4 or 5 other Berries could have picked it up because there were a bunch of them in the area. But credit Caden Walker with that strip. So here comes Western with their 4th possession of the night. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Comer gets it on a little bit of an end around, and he's got some running room, and he's got some into the killer.
Got a guy out there in front, too, but he didn't decide to throw a block.
So finally brought down, it was the quarterback, Norman, who's out there. That's great, like you said, Mark, but to throw a block, he still might be running. But Comer, unbelievable. This kid is the real deal. I'd be getting him the ball more. He's got some game-breaking speed that time, all the way down to the 31-yard line. 49 yards, by far Western's best play tonight.
Yeah, got some speed and
yes,
a little bit of elusiveness.
Sure
and
does.
One block, and he's celebrating.
Yep, mm-hmm. But Western, that should make them feel better about themselves. 1st down and 10 at the Logansport 31-yard line. Now Norman will keep it himself on a quarterback keeper, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage. Nice job that time from Deegan Kitchell. After a 2-yard gain to the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 8 for the Western Panthers. Clock running, 9 minutes, 40 seconds to play. In our opening quarter, or excuse me, our opening half, Logansport is on top.
Well, I'm figuring
21-0.
Sorry, Jeff.
Figuring
out ways to get Comer the ball,
exactly.
Whether it's a little pass or end around or whatever. But he's your weapon.
Yep, he's split up. He's set up at the left tight ends position for the Panthers. Now Norman keeping himself on a quarterback keeper. And flag comes in late.
Late flag, yeah.
Yep. That is usually in the area of offensive holding. We'll check and see as the umpire threw the flag. That's almost always holding. Came in late, well after the tackle was made by Deegan Kitchell on Norman. We'll see what the umpire communicates to the referee, and that will be a holding call on the Western Panthers. Decision time for Coach Johnson. Does he want to make it 3rd and long? And I think he's making the correct call to accept this penalty. I think a 5-yarder you probably decline, but to march off 10, I think you got to take that.
I think so too. Yep.
So the Matt Lang penalty tracker, penalty number 2 on Western. Now for 15 yards, and the holding penalty will march them back to the 39-yard line. Good news for Western. The down will stay 2nd, but now a whole lot to go. About 18 yards now for the Panthers. So just when they had something good happen to them, a huge holding penalty. So 2nd down and 18 for the Panthers with Norman in the gun. Shoemaker to his right. Now Norman will roll out to his right. And looked like I think he was going to try and throw the ball. Nobody was open, and he is going to be brought down after a minimal gain. Deegan Kitchell, after a 1-yard pickup, brings him down at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, looked like he wanted to throw it, but just not, you don't have a lot of options in this offense.
So a 1-yard pickup sets up 3rd down and long for the Panthers. 3rd and 17 from the Logansport 38-yard line. They need to get to the 21 to move the sticks. 4-down territory, you would think, for Western, so they've got a couple of plays to try and pick up these 17 yards. Norman straight back to pass is going to be overthrown as he had a man wide open running down the middle of the field. Peyton Cobble, senior flanker, And a better thrown ball, and that would have been 6 because he was wide open in that secondary.
Yeah, well-designed play. Right down the seam and just overthrown.
So 4th down and 17. Panthers will go. And I'm with you. I'm whatever I can do to get number 8 the football.
Oh, yeah.
Brady Comer. He will line up again at the left tight end position. It's tight formation for Western. Logansport's able to get a lot of people in the box to try and stop this attack. Rolling out to his left under heavy pressure, and Lauren Taylor will bring down Norman on the sack. Kitchell in there to clean it up as well, but Lauren Taylor, who has been outstanding for the Berries. He played well last year. He has taken his game to the next level this season. He is one of their best pass rushers, and a big sack, and the Berries take over on downs.
Boy, lose about 7 on that sack, and again, a couple little glimmers of hope there for Western, but just can't string anything together.
Nope, that holding penalty is a drive killer most of the time, and that absolutely killed Western on that possession.
Yep.
So the Berries take over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Quincy Jackson remains in at wingback position. He rolls out in motion. Now they're going to hit him on a swing pass. Jackson makes a nice catch, makes a man miss, makes another man miss, and falls forward, and that's as good a 3-yard gain as you're going to see, Mark.
Exactly what I was going to say, Joe. A pretty exciting 3-yard catch.
Sure was. As that ball was thrown a little bit behind him, he made a nice adjustment on the ball to make the catch, made a couple men miss, and came up with a gain of about 3 yards on the play. The good news, Caden Walker had his helmet on for a moment, took it off, now he's got the helmet back in his hand, Sydney Latham's right at his side, so she's going to make absolutely sure he's good to go before they put him in.
He's putting the helmet on.
Yep.
If I'm coach, I say, you're good.
Yeah.
Heal up, get healthy.
Yes, it looks like that left ankle was wrapped. He's favoring it pretty good. Here's Devalier on a handoff up the middle, and he's got a 1st down and more inside the 40-yard line. Down to the 38-yard line. Big gain for the big fella of 11 yards on a Logansport 1st down. And Mark, sometimes you got to protect a player from themselves. Caden's as tough as they come, and he wants to give it a go. You know it, but
I was just the old Facebook things pop up, and I saw the old Monday night Bears-Vikings game where McMahon's chewing on Ditka trying to get him, put him in the game. He just got sick of listening to him and threw him out there. So, and it worked out okay.
Yeah, it did. Yep. But Caden's limping pretty good on that left ankle. So back to pass. They'll set up the screen to Baldini, and he's got some blockers in front of him, and he has got a lot of territory inside the 10, inside the 5. He will leap into the end zone for a touchdown.
Big play, Baldini.
Yep, 37-yard on the screen pass, perfectly executed. As I think, Mark, I could have got 10 or 15 yards. Man, because that was designed so well with a couple of blockers, and with Baldini's speed, a touchdown for the Berries.
He had a convoy out there,
he did.
And he used the first block, and with that speed, that's all he needed.
That's right.
Wow.
So it is now 27-0, and that might be bad news for Caden Walker, as he might remain on the sidelines, with especially if the Berries can continue to apply this lead. So on for the point after is Dillingham. The kick is up.
Well, good.
And the kick is good. 7:04 to go. First half. It has been all Logansport tonight. Up 28-0. John Harrell, who does great work at the IHSAA website, was predicting a 25-point Logansport victory. He might have underestimated how good this Logansport team is, as they are just unbelievable the way they've played this season and especially tonight. Yeah,
and up till the big play by Baldini, a lot of 6, 7, 8, 9-yard runs. Nothing big, but boy, what a beautifully set up screen, and there's nothing prettier than a nice screen.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, when you have about 4 guys out there, and then you got that kind of speed, usually good things happen.
Mm-hmm. 7 minutes and 4 seconds to go. The Berries on top, 28-0. As I was talking to a couple of faculty members today, they were hoping for a running clock and a big win for the Berries. I said, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but they weren't taking Western light. I just think it's faith in this Logansport Ball Club, who have just been outstanding all season long.
Yeah, really, except for the one loss, haven't really been challenged. I think they had a 28-14 game along the way somewhere. But
last week against West Lafayette. But, 49-7 over Peru, 35-6 against South Bend Adams, 54-0 over Benton Central, 40-13 over Twin Lakes, 41-6 over Hampton Heights. So
wow.
Only the West Lafayette game was competitive in terms of the win, and that heartbreaking 2-point loss to a very good Lafayette Central Catholic team back on September the 6th. Now Ham will squib kick it again to keep it away from Comer.
Wow.
Takes a big hop. Comer will run up and field it at the 14-yard line, but Jackson Walker is there to bring him down shy of the 20-yard line. And Dylan Ham taking advantage of this field turf. Got a big hop, and that allowed his coverage team to get down and make a play on Comer.
Boy, what a big hop it was. You had a guy sitting there waiting for it,
yes.
and it went 4 feet over his head.
Yep.
That worked out just about perfect.
It sure did. So first down and 10. Western will take over deep in their own territory. They'll spot it right at the 20-yard line. So favorable spot. As Dylan Ham is in the secondary along with Quincy Jackson and Jaquez Jackson Guajardo with Hippolyte as well. As these safeties can get right on the line of scrimmage with this tight formation for the Western Panthers. Norman on a quarterback keeper, and he is hit down right at the line of scrimmage. May have fallen forward for a couple of yards out to the 22. Make it 2nd down and 8.
11 carries now for Norman, but only about 20 yards.
Wow. And that's we talked to the West Lafayette personnel. They said that was their game plan. Basically, was their attack, was the quarterback running the football. It didn't work that night as they did not put up any points against West Lafayette. So far, it has not worked for them. Down 28-0. 6.5 minutes to go, first half. Norman in the gun with Shoemaker to his right. Norman again will keep himself this time. Shoemaker gives him a lead block, and they get a couple of yards.
Little extracurricular activities out there on the side.
Yep, Quincy Jackson and Peyton Crobble exchanging some well wishes. Saying, do you like the Guardians or the Tigers tomorrow in Game 5? Out to the 26-yard line. Sets up 3rd down and 4 for Western. So if Western maybe goes there, they've not had much success running the ball.
And like you say, their one weapon in Comer, he just does not see the ball near enough to me. I mean, I forced the ball to this guy.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Yep. So Western will take a timeout with 5:52 to go here in our first half. Logansport on top, 28-0. The Berries will wrap up the regular season. Senior night next Friday night against Rensselaer Central. The Lady Berries volleyball team wrapped up their regular season last night. Senior night at the Berry Bowl, knocking off Winamac in straight sets. They're moving on to the sectional. Now 3A this year. As I was, Mark, still used to the Berries being in 4A, so when I was looking to research and see who they were going to draw, I looked at the 4A sectional 7, so there's only 4 teams. I'm like, oh yeah, the Berries are now a 3A team, so they're in the Peru sectional, and they play Western next Thursday night. So best wishes to Coach Long and the Lady Bears, who were very impressive last night in a straight sets victory over Winamac. So here it's 28-0 Logansport on top of Western. The Panthers have it 3rd down and about 5. We'll see what they draw up during that timeout. You wonder about 4-down territory with everything going against them. So far, not only tonight, but this season with an 0-7 record.
They're just looking across the field. Western does not have a bad crowd here.
No, they do not. Taking advantage of this beautiful weather. Very unseasonably warm for the middle of October. Norman back to pass, has protection. The pass is caught by Cobble. He's got some running room across the 45 into Logansport territory. Breaks the tackle, still on his feet is Cobble, and he is brought down all the way to the 37-yard line. And that was the play that they ran earlier that they overthrew Cobble. This one was on target, and a big play for the Panthers.
Yeah, again, a big, strong kid there. Looks athletic. You've got a couple weapons.
Sure do.
But playing that type of offense, these guys are not going to see the ball much, and he's hobbling around a little bit now.
38-yard pickup on the pass and run that time on a well-thrown ball that time from Kyler Norman to Peyton Cobble. And the Panthers in Logansport territory once again. They have a 1st down and 10 at the Logansport 37-yard line. 5:25 to go first half. Logansport on top, 28-0. Western trying to get on the scoreboard. Norman on a quarterback keeper. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Quincy Jackson comes up from the secondary to bring him down, but not before. Norman gets down to the 31-yard line for a gain of 6. It will set up, and they'll mark him at the 32-yard line, so I'll make it a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5 as we approach 5 minutes to play.
second longest run of the night for Norman. He had a 12-yarder earlier, but he's had a lot of ones and twos in there.
And credit that defensive line for the Berries for limiting his effectiveness. But again, with the formation that Western has set up, that allows the Berries to put a lot of men in the box at the line of scrimmage to try to stop the run. Norman, again, on a quarterback keeper, inside the 30-yard line, falls forward down to the 28. And that will set up third down and short for the Panthers, third and about 1. As Landon Morrock will check in for the Berries, replacing Jaquez Jackson Guajardo.
Yeah, Norman, he got more out of that than I thought he could. That's a pretty good effort right there.
Now the referee blows the whistle to stop the clock. And now the Western coach comes from the sideline onto the field of play to speak with the referee. I'm not sure what that discussion might entail with 4:23 to go in our first half. It doesn't look like the Western coach is real happy with the conversation. And you mentioned Caldwell was hobbled a little bit, and he comes out of the lineup. Maybe that was what the official was talking about.
I think they finally noticed it and said, hey, we better get him out and check him out.
Yeah, could be more than, could be a concussion protocol perhaps just to check. Maybe he got his bell rung a little bit to look at him, but Caldwell appears to be okay, but he is out of the lineup temporarily for this third down and 1 for the Panthers. You expect Norman to keep it this time. And Norman fumbles the snap, but he picks it up. He's got a first down and more. And
almost scored it through. Huh?
Quincy Jackson saved the touchdown. But Norman does get a first down for the Panthers down to the 21-yard line. It looked like disaster for the Panthers on that one as he bobbled the snap. Was able to pick it up, and his offensive line gave him a hold, and as Mark said, just about broke it.
Yeah, you had everybody looking for the football there, and only one guy back for the Berries, and good tackle.
But another first down for the Panthers on their best drive of the night. They have it 1st and 10 at the Logansport 21-yard line. Inside of 4 minutes to go, first half. Logansport on top, 28-0, but Western trying to get a little bit closer on this possession. Now Norman will hand off to Comer. Comer not much running room this time, and he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. It's Christopher Curry in on the stop.
Yeah,
one of the heroes of last week's win over West Lafayette.
Nice to see using Comer, but get me the ball out in space.
Exactly.
I'm not the 1 yard up the middle guy.
No, 5'10", 160. He's not your off tackle runner. So he gets a gain of 2 on that play. 2nd down and 8. West Lafayette in the red zone inside the Logansport 20-yard line, marked at the 19-yard line. Norman once again in the gun. High snap. He's able to come up with it. And he's got some running room inside the 15. Close to the first down. They'll mark him about a yard short. So Western has something going on this drive.
Yeah, they're running the ball very well.
Yes, they are. So 3rd and short for the Panthers. 3rd down and 1. And they have it at the 13-yard line. Inside of 3 minutes to play in our opening half. Logansport 28, Western nothing, but the Panthers showing some signs of life on this drive. The big pass to Cobble has given them some new life. But all that means nothing if they can't cash it in for some points on this possession. 3rd down and a yard for the Panthers. Norman once again in the gun. We'll keep it once again.
Oh, boy, I don't know, Joe.
Yep. And he's going to be, it looks like based on where the line judges line up, he's going to be short. Just short, not by much. And the referee puts up that fist indicating 4th down. So it is 4th down and inches for the Western Panthers. And it's been a heavy, steady diet of quarterback keepers from Norman, not only on this drive, but all night tonight. I'd be surprised if they go anywhere else. I'm sure the Berries defense is also looking for that as well. So we'll see. You also got Big Shoemaker, 6'4", 220-pound running back in the lineup as well. So Norman will keep it himself.
He got it.
He'll have the first down and a good push by that offensive line inside the 10, down to the 8. Sets up a first down and goal for Western.
18 carries in the first half for Norman.
We saw they hit over 30 carries in that loss to West Lafayette a couple of weeks ago, so nothing new for this young man. 5'10", 170-pound senior signal caller for the Western Panthers. The clock restarts after the chains are set. First down and goal with 100 seconds to play in our first half. The Berries trying to preserve the shutout, up 28-0. Western desperately needs to put some points on the board to try and get back in this contest. Now Norman We'll hand off to Shoemaker, who has hit behind the line of scrimmage. Deegan Kitchell blew that play up, lost back to the 10-yard line. Second down and goal. So the Panthers tried to cross up the Bears. It did not work. Nice play by Deegan Kitchell. Second and goal for the Panthers just outside the 9-yard line.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Shoemaker in a while, but Bears were waiting on him.
Down to we're inside of a minute to go. So Western does have a couple of timeouts, so they may be in a position where they might have to start using some timeouts to try and score before the half comes to an end. Norman on the quarterback keeper around the right side, and he has brought down a nice play that time by Tate Strong. And another loss. This one not a big loss, but back to the 10-yard line, so the Panthers going backwards on this series of downs. And now third and goal from the 10, and now Western does take one of their timeouts.
Nice job of Strong to string that out. And Norman, he made a good play just to lose a yard on
Yes, he did. Because he was Tate read that one all the way. He got into the backfield, but Norman was able to fall forward. So with 33 seconds to go, I believe Western still has one timeout left, so they can run any play in the playbook. And if they get tackled in the field of play, they'll still have time to run another play on fourth down if they're not able to cash in on third down. And this is a big spot here in this contest because Western can take some momentum into the locker room if they can punch it in here. Still have a huge hill to climb, but 28-7 obviously a whole lot better than 28-0, especially when Logansport will get the ball to start our second half.
Yeah, and I don't know how many guys they have play both ways, but it has kept their defense off the field for a while, and that was big for them right there. But, boy, like you say, you can't have a drive like this and not get points out of it.
So Western still in the huddle as our Comfort Keepers halftime guest is making their way toward the press box. We'll have a chance to talk with our special guest. Looking forward to catching up with our old friend. 33.1 seconds to play. First half, Logansport 28, Western nothing. West Lafayette was last week. And a big third down, third and goal for the Panthers. They have it at the 10-yard line. Look for Cobble or perhaps Comer. They've been their big play guys so far tonight, and they're in desperate need of a big play here. Third and goal at the 10-yard line with 33.1 seconds to play. Play clock just started, so plenty of time for the Panthers to snap this football. Third down and goal. Norman back to pass. He's got a man open, but he overthrows, and there's that man, Cobble, who has been open a couple of times. But that was airmailed that time. Unfortunately, like you said, Mark, they had him. But the pass, I think, was a little bit late and well overthrown.
Cobble, nice big target, 6'3" kid.
So here we go, fourth down now. So the final play of this drive for the Western Panthers. They'll either cash it in for 6 or turn it over on downs. So we'll see what transpires. Now Cobble is split out wide to the right, so one of the few times that Western opens up the formation a little bit. Comer to the left side in the tight end position. They're looking for Cobble.
For him again. Big
going for
target.
That fade route, and that is well overthrown as that was 5 or 6 yards past the end line. And again, the pass was thrown late as well. Not only not on target, but off, but a little bit late. And the Bears take over on downs, and that's a killer. If you're the Western Panthers, after a nice drive, they come up empty.
Oh, yeah. Had a big pass to get you down here around the 30-yard line, and some nice runs. But, boy, it's demoralizing to not come out with points. And credit the Logansport defense. Once Western got inside the 10-yard line, goal-to-goal situation, back-to-back stops on first and second down, forced the Panthers into a third and fourth and long, forcing them to throw the ball, and that's not something they're comfortable with. So take a knee for the Berries here to end our first half, and Logansport can go in up 28-0, feeling pretty good about themselves. And Bryson Herr will take a knee, and Western will choose not to take their last time out. I don't believe they're going to. I think they're going to let the clock run out, and that will be what happens as the Logansport Berries will go into the locker room with a big lead. Our halftime score, Logansport 28, Western nothing. We'll step aside for break. When we return, we'll have our Comfort Keepers halftime show live from Logansport.
Yeah. And come up and catch my breath. Oh my God. I didn't have trouble. I got trouble. I need the little seat that goes up the side. Memorial Hospital. Okay, they should be able to come up with something like that.
Scott Nolan and Madison Miller. The dance team is led by Captain Elizabeth Foster. With choreographed by Sarah Wilson and Elizabeth Foster. We are proud to present the 2024 marching show for your entertainment. We hope you enjoy Berry Band Play Sports Themes. Our music titles are Olympic Fanfare, Bugler's Dream, Fanfare from the 20th Olympiad, Fox Sports Themes,
Looks like
20th Century Fox Fanfare, NFL on Fox, NHL on Fox, and baseball on Fox, and the Cup of Life from the World Cup. You might wish to find some of the shapes we are creating. This Olympic torch, Fox, the NFL Shield of football, NHL, the Stanley Cup.
I talk better when I'm sitting on my brains.
A baseball, gun from a soccer ball.
All right, Alan James, thank you very much. Alongside Mark Thomas, filling in for Dave Packer, Joe Stetz. Welcome to the Comfort Keepers halftime show, and our very special halftime guest is Logansport Lady Berries girls softball coach Corey Kripe. Coach, thank you so much for spending time with us here at halftime.
Anytime, Joe.
And you're down on the sideline. What was your impressions of that first half of the squad?
You know, our berries look really, really good today, as they have all season. We're just imposing our will on the other team right now, and it's a joy to watch.
Joy to watch was your Lady Berry softball squad. One of the great years that they've had in a long time. What a special year with a special group of young ladies.
Oh, yes. Yeah, last year was a special season. A lot of fun.
And so when did you and your coaches realize that you might have something big in store for the season?
Well, I would say about halfway through the season, we kind of started to gel a little bit. We had some players shift around a little bit, and we moved Jocelyn from third over to third, and that really solidified our defense. And just kids keep working all season. About that halfway point, kids had bought in completely to what we were trying to do, and the ball just started falling our direction, you know. And when you have a team that struggles, the ball doesn't bounce your way, and we had a pretty good team, and so the ball started bouncing our way.
And unfortunately for me, with following the Berries baseball team, I didn't have a lot of time to watch your girls play during the regular season, but I got a chance to see you guys play Caston in the regular season against Zimpelman. I had that 4-0, and you guys made a huge comeback. That seemed to really get that team energized.
No, most definitely. I mean, you're talking about an all-state kid that we beat that day, and we put some hits together, and it's like anything else. Once the snowball starts rolling downhill, and that's what we got, that snowball rolling downhill, and we just kept rolling the rest of the way.
And then that incredible sectional at Kokomo, beating the Lady Wildcats in their home field. That's never easy to beat a team on their home stadium.
No. But you know, it's a turf field, and that's what we're used to playing on all year. So that helped us defensively because that's what we're used to seeing. And Kokomo's a solid team. The pitching wasn't as good as what it had been in the past, but we put together a good win there, and we just kept going.
Yep, kept going. Lafayette, Jeff, in the semifinals, and that takes us to one of the most memorable games in the history of Logansport athletics, that sectional final, epic win over Western.
Yeah, Harrison.
Harrison.
Yeah. That was one of those games, you just knew, with us being a home team, I just felt it. I felt as the longer that game got, the more pressure was put on Harrison, and it was just going to be one mistake. Whoever made the mistake first, and they hit a lot of balls right at us. I mean, in a high school softball game, we made 18 defensive plays. High school softball, that does not happen. It doesn't happen. Teams win because they get 10, 11, 12 strikeouts, and the defense has to make 7 or 8 plays. We made 18, and it was our night.
Yeah, and I was talking with some of the fans after the game that you basically played a perfect game. You had a runner leave base early. Other than that, I don't think you guys made a mistake, and that's what it takes to beat a great team like Harrison.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And again, they had an all-state kid, and their pitcher probably should have been an all-state all-star candidate. And, once that ball dropped, I was just hoping that Natalie was not going to fall down on the bases. I just don't fall down. Don't fall down. Just keep going.
Yep. So Jocelyn Vincent with the big hit to score Natalie, the win 1-0, and then against Hamilton Southeastern. I'm sure you've had plenty of time to think about what went wrong that night against a very good team.
Well, I mean, the state champions, right?
Exactly.
I mean, they won the state championship, so we got beat. I think the 6 games we lost last year, 4 of those were either kids that were all-stars. Well, they were all all-stars, pitchers. And then the one game we just kind of threw a stinker out there. But Hamilton Southeastern was good.
Oh, yeah.
And if you just looked at our kids compared to theirs, I mean, their kids were just huge, big, strong junior, senior kids. And then we've got some sophomores, freshmen out there playing that haven't physically matured yet. So, you know what? We went out there and did what we could do, and they were just better than us.
So now you're moving to 3A. That's good news. You don't have to deal with Harrison anymore. The bad news is you got a defending state champion in Western now in your sectional.
Yeah, you're right. You know, even going to this conference, the Hoosier Conference here, I mean, Hamilton Heights was a semi-state final game. So they're back, and they're loaded. And then Western's loaded. They've got their freshman pitcher back that pitched the state finals championship game. So it's not going to be a cakewalk for us at all, and we're going to have a dogfight, but that's good for us. We need to get in there and play those really good teams so that when we do advance, we're used to seeing that.
And, speaking of loaded, I think you guys are going to be loaded too. Obviously, losing Jocelyn Vincent's a big loss, but other than that, you got everybody back.
We do. We have everybody back. We got a couple, I think we have 5 or 6 freshmen and 2 or 3 that'll contribute at the varsity level, so I'm looking forward to coaching those kids up and getting them in with our system.
No, Corey, I'm just nice to see the program back where it should be, and you know, people like you, that doesn't surprise me a bit. But you talk about playing on the turf. Do you think that's an advantage for you guys as far as obviously you get good hops on the turf and that, but the hitters, the ball's going to go through there quicker. You think it helps you more than it helps your opponents?
Well, I'm going to say yes, because that's what we're coaching. We're coaching to the games that we're playing, half of our games on our facility, so we want girls that have good speed. We want girls to be able to drop down bunts. We want girls that slash the ball into gaps, because we're getting 2 and 3 bases on those, because that ball doesn't have to be a bomb to the outfield. It just has to be a line drive, hard ground ball through the middle or in one of the gaps, and we're running.
Yeah.
And we've got good team speed, and that's what we're built on.
That's it, and that's smart. You build your team where you're going to play on your type of field, and I'll bet you guys are fun to watch, and I want to get up and see it this year.
Well, yeah, come on up. I'll even let you stay in the dugout one day.
Holy cow! I'll need a chair. So, thanks, Corey.
So how has the offseason gone to try to get you guys to get to that next step after the disappointment against Hamilton Southeastern?
Well, and it's funny you asked that. We've had some workouts this fall, but a lot of our girls are 2 and 3 sport athletes. And so, you know, for me to demand that those kids come to another hour and a half practice after they've already practiced for 2 hours, they have homework, you need to get dinner, I'm not going to do that to these kids. Now, we're fortunate that we have 6, 7 girls that are playing travel ball. So they're practicing, they're working at it, they're improving their skills. But I don't get too into it until January. And we'll start getting a few more kids back, and then once those seasons end, when we really ramp up. But I try to give kids an opportunity to get away from it for a little bit and be hungry coming back.
Logansport Lady Bears girls softball coach Corey Kripe, our Comfort Keepers halftime guest. Coach, we greatly appreciate your time. We know you want to get back onto the sidelines and root on the Bears for the second half. Thank you so much for your time, and we will be talking to you soon about more Lady Berries softball.
Yeah, you guys are welcome. Thank you.
Coach Corey Kripe of the Logansport Lady Berries.
Thank you, Corey.
Our halftime score, it is Logansport 28, Western nothing. When we return, we will have a look at some halftime stats live from Logansport. Oh, you did great.
No, they're used to hearing people like me. So, yeah, you're a step up. So that's
Are you guys hosting the section, or you don't anything?
I think we are going to host a sectional for softball.
Awesome.
So
That'll be fun.
really, I mean, when you talk about our sectional, we're talking about probably Northwestern, Western, Twin Lakes, Conquaw. I think there's a couple others. But just Northwestern and us, we're the ones that have the turf.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about not playing.
Exactly.
Weather's not a big factor.
Right.
When it
Exactly.
Comes down,
Lightning's the only thing that's going to hold you
Right.
back. Everything else is. Yes, it should be in our place for Northwestern.
Right. Okay. All right. Thanks,
Thanks.
Coach.
Take
Really
care, Corey.
appreciate it. Alongside Mark Thomas, Joe Stetz, back at LMH Stadium as we continue with the Comfort Keepers halftime show. Special thanks to Logansport Lady Berries girls softball coach Corey Kripe to spend some time with us to look back on that amazing season last year and hopefully some great things in store for this Lady Berries team. And Mark, I know you've had a little bit of a chance to crunch the numbers while we were talking to Corey, and is it as one-sided as the scoreboard is?
The yardage isn't as bad as you would think it would be, but it's definitely a dominating performance, first of all, for Western. You talked about Norman being their offense. Well, he pretty much has been as far as attempts anyway. 19 rushes for 52 yards. After that, you got Shoemaker with 3 carries. Comer touched the ball once on a nice little end around with a 49-yard run, had a 2-yard run after that, 51 yards on 2 carries, 108 yards on the ground, 24 carries, passing the ball. Norman, 1 of 6, 1 interception, did complete the big pass to Cobble, 38-yarder, so 146 total yards for Western. For the Berries, 168 yards on the ground on 20 carries, so very nice average there. Devalle, 68 yards on 10 carries. Baldini, we got 57 on 5 carries, the big 37-yard touchdown for him. After that, Caden Walker carried it a couple times before he went out. Hopefully he's okay. 8 yards for him. Jackson Walker, a couple carries for 22 yards. Quincy Jackson, a 13-yarder. Passing the ball, Herb been real efficient, 3 of 4, 50 yards. And they say, there's my mistake. I gave Baldini the yardage rushing the ball instead of catching the pass. But he caught the 37-yard on a great screen pass. But 218 total yards for the Berries at this point to 146 for Western. Not as lopsided as you would think. But, again, boy, you have a nice drive, pick up a lot of yards, and you don't get points out of it. It's tough.
Yep. And on the defensive side, Brian Moore brought over the stats, and Deegan Kitchell with 10 tackles, 9 of them unassisted, and that is unheard of for a middle linebacker to have that number of unassisted tackles and a half. That just shows you what kind of athlete Kitchell is. And Tate Strong is second on the ledger with 6 tackles, 3 unassisted and 3 assists. But that defense, until that last drive was dominant, Western may have found something the way they moved the ball in that last drive. But the big news, the most important thing, obviously, as you mentioned, the Berries kept them out of the end zone. Still plenty more to come on the Comfort Keepers halftime show. Our halftime score, Logansport 28 and Western nothing. We'll step aside for break. When we return, we will continue with our halftime show live from Logansport.
Okay. Now, am I an idiot, or did Baldini, he did have a run for 37 yards and a touchdown. Is that right?
According to this, he did not.
That was the pass I put down.
Pass.
Okay. Oh, brother.
That's all right.
Yes, sirree. 4 for 20. There we go. Oh, Lord.
Thank you very much, Alan James, alongside Mark Thomas, who's filling in for the Vacationing Day Packer. Joe Stetz back at LMH Stadium as we continue with our Comfort Keepers halftime show. The Western Panthers down 28-0. Western has already emerged from the dressing room trying to get ready. The bad news for the Panthers is Logansport will get the ball first to start our second half as Logansport won the toss, elected to kick off. So they'll get the ball to start our second half. We do have a halftime score, a top 10 showdown in 1A between Pioneer and Triton. Milt Hess tells us it is 14-7, Triton on top of the Pioneer Panthers. So hopefully Coach Berry and his Panthers can make a comeback. Here it's 28-0 Logansport as they're halfway to a conference championship, outright undisputed conference. Not too bad for their first year in the Hoosier Conference.
I guess not, Joe. And boy, I've been away too long. I mess up stats. That's the one thing I like to do, and I'm getting old. But Logan again, total yardage. Now that I've adjusted it for my mistake, it's closer than 181 yards for Logansport, 146 for Western. Probably 85 yards on the last drive, I would guess, for Western. But again, did not cash in on it, and the Berries are still thinking, hey, we get a score here, we can get the clock going, we can rest some people and get out of here.
And if I'm Western, I'm going to get the ball in the hands of my playmakers.
Oh, yeah.
Peyton Cobble, 1 catch for 37 yards. Brady Comer, 2 carries for 50 yards. That's 87 yards between those two guys on a total of 3 plays. Now, I'm not saying that the Western coaches don't know what they're doing, but when you've got playmakers like that, you've got to find a way to get them the football.
Yeah, I bite my tongue saying the same thing you do. Well, they know their people better than I do, but you can tell those two guys are really athletic.
Yep.
Got good speed, and Cobble, big target at 6'3".
Oh, yeah.
So you kind of have to adjust things to get those guys the ball, and it'd be nice, again, to me, spread things out just a little bit to make things easier for them. But we don't want that. We want Logan to roll.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, that will do it for our Comfort Keepers halftime show. Once again, our score, Logansport 28, Western nothing. When we return, we'll have our third quarter live from Logansport. That's for sure.
Wilson will be kicking off to the Berries to start the second half of tonight's game. Will be on the kicking duty for Western.
Welcome back to LMH Stadium alongside Mark Thomas, who's filling in for Dave Packer tonight. Joe Stutz, again, special thanks to our halftime guest, our Comfort Keepers halftime guest, Logansport Lady Berries softball coach Corey Kripe, for reminiscing about an unbelievable sectional championship team a year ago, and hopefully bigger and better things in store for the Lady Berries upcoming this year, and hopefully bigger and better things coming for this football team here in the second half. Logansport will get the ball first, up 28-0. Back to receive it is Jackson Walker and Elliot Baldini. It's a short kick. Quincy Jackson will pick it up around the 20-yard line. Nice move by Jackson. Make one man miss, make another man miss.
Oh, yeah.
And he got to the edge. And a nice return for Quincy Jackson, who, with the injury to Caden Walker, he has had more opportunities to touch the football, and he's made the most of it.
Yeah, nice return there. Looked like it was bottled up and ended up getting, they said it was out of bounds, about the 42, so made that about a 22-yard return.
Yep, when he looked like he had absolutely nowhere to go, but great speed, great elusiveness. And Logansport will take over first down and 10 at the 42-yard line And you know that Coach Johnson and his staff talked about the possibility of a running clock once you get a 35-point lead in the second half. So I'm sure he told his squad, we can make this a shorter night if we can cash it in on our first possession of the night, up 28-0. Now Deegan Kitchell shifts over to the right side. Quincy Jackson remains in that wingback position. Duvalier gets the fullback dive across the 45. They say his knee touchdown at the 46 for a 4-yard gain. Quincy Jackson remains, as we mentioned, in the lineup for Caden Walker, who appeared to tweak an ankle back in that first half, was able to walk off under his own power and had his helmet on, was trying to loosen it up. But with this big lead, there's no need to risk further injury for Caden Walker. These Berries have big designs for the rest of this season, including sectional play, which has the draw on Sunday. Now Jackson Walker gets a pitch around the left side, and he's got some running room. He's into Western territory, still on his feet.
One block.
Inside the 40 and down to about the 37-yard line. An outstanding run that time from Jackson Walker. Caught it on a full head of steam. That was a great pitch from Bryson Herr. And a big gain to the 37-yard line of Western. 1st and 10, Logansport. I'm trying to see. I'm looking for Caden on the sidelines.
I was too, Joe. So far, I haven't found him.
I do believe I see him right next to number 21. It looks like Caden's in street clothes. So
okay,
that definitely looks like him. And you can tell by that heavy wrap on his left leg. So his night has come to an end, and that's an easy decision when you've got a big lead and you've got a capable replacement like Quincy Jackson. Now Duvalier gets a handoff up the middle, down to the 35-yard line, gain of 2. Makes it 2nd down and 8.
Duvalier, 74 yards now on 12 carries, so a nice night for him.
Shoemaker on the stop for the Panthers. 10.5 minutes to go in our third quarter. Logansport on top, 28-0, trying to get an undisputed big division title in the Hoosier Conference in their inaugural season as a member of the Hoosier Conference. Have it 2nd down and 8 at the Western 35-yard line. Carson Dubes now to the bottom of the formation, wide to the right. Quincy Jackson in motion. The handoff. Nope, keeping it on the option is Herr. He waits and pitches it to Quincy Jackson. He's got some
nice
room.
Move.
Inside the 25. Still on his feet. Into the secondary. Inside the 15. Quincy Jackson still on his feet. And he may go. He stretches out. It is a touchdown.
Wow.
35-yard run for Quincy Jackson.
What, about 4 moves there, Joe, where he shook people?
My, oh my. And I'm not going to mention the name Wally Pipp just yet. But my goodness, as Quincy Jackson made the most of the opportunity with the injury to Caden Walker tonight.
Wow. I mean, just 4 great cuts on that to lose people and then enough strength to get it into the end zone.
Yep.
Great run by Jackson.
And here's an important point for the Berries to get to that elusive 35 low snap, though. Herr is able to get it down. The kick is up. And the kick is good, and credit Bryson Herr that time, as that was a low snap, but he was able to get it, tee it up, and drilled by Dillingham through the uprights. And we will have ourselves a running clock for the remainder of the game, as the Berries, it took them just over 2 minutes to get that 35th point on the scoreboard. Credit Quincy Jackson with unbelievable effort, as you mentioned, Mark. At least 4 spin moves, and the stretching the ball to cross the goal line to get that touchdown.
Wow. And Duvalier softening him up the middle with some hard runs, and then you hit Jackson with the speed outside. Hit 2 carries for 48 yards and a touchdown for Quincy Jackson. That's nice.
That's nice. Yep. And credit Bryson Herr doing a nice job running that option, too, as he held on to the last possible minute. That allowed Jackson to get some additional yardage as well.
Definitely.
So Public Address Announcer Clay Scott has announced to the crowd that there will be a running clock the remainder. As I talked with a couple of, like I mentioned, a couple of faculty members, they were hoping for a running clock to get fall break started in grand style and a conference championship for the Berries, which appears to be very much on the doorstep. Everything has worked out for the Berries tonight. And now how big does that defensive stop right before the end of the half for Western? Because we would not even be talking about a running clock at this point had they cashed it in. But give the Berries defense credit. When they got inside the 10, 2 tackles for losses that put them in long down and distance.
Yeah, boy, it took the wind out of Western sails. It could have at least went in with a little bit of momentum and just changed things dramatically. Now there's that big hop again.
Ham again, and they'll keep it away from Comer. One of the upbacks fields it, and he is going to be brought down short of the 30-yard line. Braden Packard, no relation on the stop, along with Lauren Taylor as well. I'm trying to.
I think that was that Norman or?
I believe it was. No, it wasn't Norman because now I see number 3. It's number 7.
7, yeah.
Chase Sullivan, a 6-foot junior, on the return. And we'll see where it gets spotted around the 27-yard line is where Western will take over. Now with the running clock the rest of the way with the Berries on top, 35-0. We'll see what Western can come up with. The Panthers will wrap up their regular season. They'll have senior night next Friday night when they play host to Twin Lakes. A Twin Lakes team that's going to be really good in a couple years. That's a lot of young talent on that Indians ball club. Berries caught him on a good year with all that youth. Now Norman hands off to Shoemaker. Shoemaker right up the gut across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Gain of 6 on that, or excuse me, 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6. As the Berries have scored every time they've had the football, and they've got a defensive touchdown as well. Caden Walker with a strip of Norman, and Deegan Kitchell returned at 38 yards for a touchdown. And everything has worked well for Logansport, now on top. 35-0 with 8.5 minutes to go. As Berries baseball player Josh Middleton makes his way past our broadcast location. Handoff again to Shoemaker out to around the 35-yard line. So it's been Shoemaker so far on this drive. Sets up 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers. By the time Western snaps the ball, we'll be under 8 minutes to play in our 3rd quarter. Logansport will wrap up the regular season next Friday night, senior night, against Rensselaer Central. And our chief meteorologist, Echo Simpson, with her exclusive Al Gore AccuWeather forecast, is calling for middle 70s for a high next Friday, very similar to the conditions that we experienced today and tonight here in Logansport. 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers. Norman on a quarterback keeper. He is hit at the line of scrimmage, and he is put down. No gain on the play. Tate Strong, Elliot Baldini. Looks like Deegan Kitchell also at the bottom of that pile as well. And I believe Western will send out the punt unit for the first time tonight. As Western has gone for it on previous occasions as a favorable field position, but this deep in their own territory, they will kick it away for the first time tonight.
Looks like Maddox Williams will be the punter. Haven't seen him yet.
Nope. Saw him warming up and thought that might be their punter, 6'1" sophomore. Now, Western doesn't have enough people on the field, so the 11th player hustles in from the sideline. As Quincy Jackson back to receive this punt. Nearly blocked by Deegan Kitchell. It's a high end-over-end kick in short. Quincy Jackson gets out of the way and lets it roll. It does take a Western bounce down to the 33-yard line. And that's where Logansport will take over. 1st down and 10. It looks like Coach Johnson, at least for this possession, will send his starters back out there. Quincy Jackson will remain at wingback as Caden Walker's night has come to an end.
Yeah,
favoring a left leg. We'll talk to Coach Johnson after the game to get an update quickly.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. And, Quincy Jackson is definitely he's been a super sub tonight because we have not lost much, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. Dylan Ham is talking with Caden Walker. It looks like he's got his knee wrapped as well, that left knee. So maybe it was a knee and an ankle, but in any event, his night is over. Now Quincy Jackson on the end around. He's got some blockers in front of him across the 40, still on his feet, across the 45, tackled from behind, but not before. He gets a 1st down.
Jaziel Lopez. Nice move in the middle of that run.
Jaziel Lopez with a nice lead block as well to spring Jackson out to the 45-yard line. 1st down for the Berries. Clock running, 5 minutes, 50 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. Logansport on top, 35-0. As they can taste that big division championship in the Hoosier Conference. Moved to 4-0 in conference play, 7-1 overall. And wait the sectional on Sunday night. Jackson in motion, handoff to Duvalier, though. Right up the gut, takes a big hit, but bounces right off of that and keeps on going into Western territory. A solid gain on 1st down for Duvalier. Down to the 48-yard line.
Boy, what a strong run that was, Joe. I'm old, but that brings back kind of a Pete Johnson type run there.
Absolutely.
They were hanging on, and they were going for a ride.
2nd down and 3. Logansport has it at the Western 48-yard line. As we approach 5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. It has been all Logansport all night long, up 35-0. Western has just not had an answer for this high-powered Logansport offense. Jackson in motion. Again, they'll give it to DeValier up the middle. He'll have the first down inside the 45, down to the 44-yard line. Solid gain of 4 yards. And the Bears will move the chains once again. With this running clock, this second half should not take very long, as the clock will only stop for injuries, end of the quarter, and any scores. But incomplete passes, the clock will continue to run. First downs, man going out of bounds. Clock will continue to move. So an early night for the Berries, and a chance to start fall break and get ready for the sectional draw on Sunday night. The Berries will be a member of the sectional 20 in 4A. Now counterplay to Quincy Jackson, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Well done that time.
Good tackle. Isaiah Baker with a nice hit.
Yep, he read that all the way. Quincy's had a lot of success, but not on that play. Credit Baker with a nice play for the Panthers, following a 1-yard gain. Or no gain on the play, beg your pardon, right at the 44. So no gain, thanks to Isaiah Baker's great tackle. Second down and 10 for the Berries, as some of the fans have made their way toward the exit, getting a head start on the weekend. Maybe cheering on the Purdue Boilermakers tomorrow.
Oh boy,
against the Illini. It's not been a good season for the Boilermakers.
First my White Sox, now the Boilermaker football team.
Second down and 10. DeValier gets the handoff, and he's got some running room. First down and more inside the 30-yard line. Bryson Rucker finally brings him down. But great vision that time from DeValier, as the play called for him to go to the right. He got that initial surge, but then he saw a big hole to the left, and he took full advantage of it. Great run by DeValier on Logansport first down.
Sure was. I have him just breaking over 100 yards there, Joe.
Okay.
15 carries for 101 yards.
And Elliot Baldini in for DeValier. Coach Russell, Gatorade bottle to DeValier to allow him to quench his thirst after that big run. First and 10 for Logansport. Now Carson Dubes splits out wide to the right. Quincy Jackson comes in motion. Now gets the handoff around the right side. He's got some blockers. Kyle Rosie sets the block, and Jackson may be gone. Inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. And we got a flag on the play. And Jackson Walker is talking to the referee, and that's usually an indication that the penalty was called on him. So it will be a holding call, but it'll be a spot foul, so it was well down the field. So still a pretty good gain for the Berries. Not as big as it would have been without the penalty, but a holding call, I believe, on Jackson Walker. The flag was thrown in his direction, and he was having a conversation with the official. So that's usually a telltale sign that the call was against him. So they'll mark it back to the 26. So the good news is, because of the penalty, the down will stay the same. So it ended up with about a 2-yard gain after it was all said and done. So first down and 8 for Logansport. They have it at the Western 26-yard line. 1:45 to go, third quarter. Logansport on top, 35-0, trying to tack on another 6 points on this drive. Jackson in motion. Now the handoff to Baldini. Baldini breaks an ankle tackle, but can't break another one. This big old Noah Watson, 5'11", 235-pounder with a stop right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Second down and 8 for the Berries. They have it at the 26. Trying to see if we might have an update from the Pioneer game. We do not. At last report, Triton was leading Pioneer 14-7 at the half. Here it's 35-0 Logansport. They have it second down and 8 at the Western 26-yard line as we approach 1 minute to play in the third quarter. Baldini handoff up the middle. Has got some running room inside the 20. Stretches out, and I believe he will have a first down to the 17-yard line. Nice job at the point of attack by that Logansport offensive line, and Baldini with a good hard run and stretched that football across the 17 to get that first down for the Berries.
Yeah, showed power there.
Yep.
We've seen the speed. That was a hard run up the middle for Baldini.
Play clock down to about 20 seconds. Game clock at 35 seconds. Logansport will have to run at least one more play here in this third quarter. Up 35-0. Dubes again to the split out wide to the right. Quincy Jackson on a handoff around the right side. He's got some run room inside the 10, inside the 5, and he is going to be in to the end zone for another touchdown. 17-yard touchdown run to Quincy Jackson, his second touchdown of the quarter. And the Berries are on top 41-0.
I'm trying to see who, Joe. Is that 32 out there? No, 72.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that was the key block.
Yep,
boy.
Lopez.
Lopez.
He has been great for the Berries this season. Unfortunately, Western does have an injured player in the end zone, so the clock will stop.
What was that, 17, Joe?
17 yards, yep.
All right.
So the injury occurred closer to the Logansport sideline, so the Berries trainer, Sydney Latham, was able to get there quickly. And now the Western trainers join her to tend to the injured player. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. We saw Caden Walker get hurt for the Berries, was able to walk off under his own power, and that looks like that's the case for Western as well, as Mason Tedder.
That's their leading tackler, I think, Joe. I looking at stats, and not a lot of impressive ones for Western, but he was like 13 tackles a game.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
That's very impressive. And the good news is he's walking off under his own power with a very, very gingerly walking off on that right leg. But anytime you see a kid walk off the field under his own power, that's a good sign. So nothing serious you wouldn't think. So with 3.3 seconds left to play in our third quarter, Logansport 41, Western nothing, with a point after to come. And that should bring an end to our third quarter with the running clock once this extra point is attempted, as Western will take advantage of the injury to huddle up a little bit, and the referee blows the whistle, gets them out to the line of scrimmage. But Quincy Jackson, who stepped in for the injured Caden Walker, with 2 touchdowns here in the quarter. With that great speed, he's given the Berries a dimension they did not have in that first half.
6 carries for 79 yards for Jackson, 2 touchdowns.
So Dillingham for the point after. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. And the kick is good. And that will end our third quarter. Our score, Logansport 42, Western nothing. When we return, we'll have our fourth quarter live from Logansport. Thank you very much, Alan James, alongside Mark Thomas, who's filling in for the Vacation Day Packer, Joe Stetz. 3 quarters in the books, Logansport 42 and Western nothing, as we are set to begin our fourth quarter. A balmy 67 degrees in the middle of October. Hard to believe. You'd be happy if it was 67 for a high, and here it is at almost 9 o'clock at night, 67. This weather, unbelievable.
It is beautiful, and like I said, most of the season has been very, very nice, and you don't want to jinx it for the tournament, but I'll take this all the time.
Oh, yeah. A couple weeks ago, we had a severe wind on home.
I was listening to that.
But it was warm, but we had no idea how windy it was till we stepped outside at halftime. Like, wow. It was unbelievable, but fortunately it was a little bit warm. It wasn't a typical late September temperature-wise. So here we go to start quarter number 4. Dillingham has squibbed kicked the last few times with great success. This one will be a line drive kick fielded by Comer across the 20, across the 25-yard line. Comer cannot make the first man miss that time. I believe Braden Packard, no relation, makes the stop. And Western will take over inside their own 30 as the clock restarts following that kickoff. And barring a lot of scoring or a lot of injuries, we should be out of here in short order.
Yeah, that third quarter, again, the running clock. Western, they ran 3 plays for 7 yards in the entire third quarter, and Barry's dominating the ball and moving it, and Western not seeing it.
Now it looks like we've got a penalty on the Berries, thrown in the direction of Landon Morrock, and I saw the official give the indication that he was ejected. So Coach Russell having to talk with Morrock. And we'll see, and replacing him will be Cooper Jones. So the Berries will get some reserves out there. Not sure what transpired, and still waiting to. So penalty on Logansport. Matt Lang penalty tracker, penalty number 5 for the Berries. 15-yard unsportsmanlike or personal foul penalty on Morock.
And again, the clock's moving during all of this, which, I guess I like that, but
right.
For a delay this long, I'm not sure I do.
Right, exactly. Yep. So Clay Scott, the PA announcer, announced that Morock has been ejected. So Western now at the 41-yard line has it first down and 10. The handoff to Schumacher and a big hit by Lauren Taylor.
Wow.
And a loss back to the 38-yard line as Lauren blew that play up on a nice play.
Boy, Taylor, I saw him the last time I was here. Impressed with him, man. He is a nice player.
Yep. And hopefully we can see similar progression on the basketball court, as he has shown some flashes in his brief varsity career on the basketball court.
Yep.
And if he can make a similar step what we've seen on the football field, big things are in store for him, as big brother Jacob has graduated and moved on, so Lauren can fill in for him in the upcoming hardwood season. Second down and 12 now for Western. Norman will keep it himself, quarterback keeper, and he is back to maybe the original line of scrimmage, maybe just a little bit short of that. R.J. Clem on the stop. 2-yard gain. It'll be third down and 11 for the Panthers.
You talked about Norman seeing it 30 times last time. He's 22 carries tonight, 59 yards. So he's durable.
No doubt. But again, the big play threats, Comer and Cobble, have not been heard from here in this third quarter.
Yeah, still just the one pass completion to Cobble for a big one.
Yep.
So and again,
I'm not sure what the delay is, as the umpire is standing right over the football, not allowing the Panthers to snap it. Now he'll step away, but as you mentioned, Mark, that clock just continues to run. And I'm with you, I get it, but I'm sure it's not happy for Western. Now Norman back to pass, cannot find anyone open. Now scrambles, tries to get into the open field, and now he will throw it out of bounds, and that's a heads-up play that time.
Yeah.
For Norman, as he was outside the tackle box, and he threw it at or near the line of scrimmage, so that not intentional grounding. But unfortunately for the Panthers, that was on 3rd and long, so this will set up 4th down and long. But there was just nobody open.
Right, and not rooting against the kid or the heads-up play made, but that's grounding. I don't care. There was nobody there. He just it's to avoid a big loss. But the way the rule is written, you can do that.
Yep. So 4th down and 11, and into punt Maddox Williams with Quincy Jackson deep to receive this kick. Low snap, but he's able to field it.
Wow.
A line drive kick, and Quincy Jackson will pick it up on a hop. Makes the first man miss across the 25, across the 30. Now tries to reverse his field, and a nice gain again for Quincy Jackson. A whole lot of running for not a lot to show for it, but some oohs and ahs from the crowd on a nice individual effort from Quincy Jackson. And Logansport has it at their own 32-yard line. And we will see, I believe, the second unit come out there now for the Logansport Berries.
Yep, I see Grayson Cottrell in at probably a back position. Let's see.
Jackson Wicker,
relation,
who is the nephew of the Ferris Tribune's Bo Wicker, is out there. So, and Coach Johnson with his backup quarterback Colton Hudson at the sideline. Is Coach Johnson's taking a lot of time, down to 10 seconds on the play clock. He may elect to use a timeout as he's having a discussion with the official, and now we'll take a timeout. So I'm not sure what the discussion might have entailed.
I think we only had, you had the backup quarterback over here getting a play, so we did have 11 ready, but.
Maybe Coach Johnson just telling his kids to focus. It's a 42-0 game, and it's going to be a win for the Bears, but this is where good habits are formed, and a lot of these kids are going to be counted on to contribute to the varsity level in the years to come. So what they accomplished tonight could go a long way toward a successful varsity career. 7:01 to play. Logansport 42, Western nothing. The Bears up 28-0 at the half with the ball to start the third quarter. Scored on less than just over 2 minutes to get a running clock. And they have been in complete control. And on paper, this looked to be like a mismatch, Mark, and unfortunately for the Panthers, it has been. They just have been outclassed in every area tonight by the Berries.
Yeah, definitely have. I'm trying to see. I think 21. I think Cooper Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he in at a back?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Well, he's in. We'll see where he lines up.
And we've got a score from Mr. Hess. It is Triton 21, Pioneer 14 at the end of 3. So a battle of 2 top 10 teams. Figured to be a good game. Sounds like it's been a good game. Hopefully the Panthers can pull one out. Here it's 42-0 Logansport. First down and 10. Cottrell gets the handoff. Brought the 34-yard line to Grayson Cottrell, who I saw made the honor roll in the first 9 weeks. So not only is a heck of a football player, but a good student as well. Second down and 7 for the Berries at the 35-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go. It's Colton Hudson is in at quarterback. Cottrell in the fullback position behind him. Now pitch around the right side to Isaiah Vasquez. And Vasquez is tackled. Nice play in the open field that time by Carter Herrera. Lost back to the 22-yard line. Nice play by Herrera. First time we've called his name tonight. Just a freshman, so you can tackle like that as a freshman. You got a bright future ahead of you. That was well done, as we're going to get a penalty on Logansport, I believe. So holding penalty on the Berries. Matt Lane penalty tracker. Penalty number 6 for Logansport for a total of 50 yards. Western with just 2 penalties tonight for 15. But one of those penalties, a big holding penalty, and they had a nice drive put together. Clock continued to run. With this running clock, 5.5 minutes to go. Logansport on top, 42-0. Hudson. Now pitch around the left side. And some running room across the 30, across the 35, kind of inside. Nicely done. Still on his feet. Well done.
Wicker.
Jackson Wicker, relation. His Uncle Bo on the sidelines rooting him on. That was well done by Wicker. Some good blocking, some good speed, and made a couple men miss.
It'll be about a 19-yard run.
Out to the 44-yard line. Logansport remove the chains, a new set of downs. Inside of 5 minutes to go. Tate Strong going to talk to Uncle Bo, saying, what do you think of your nephew after that? First down and 10. Logansport has it. At their own 44-yard line, Wicker in motion. Cottrell gets the handoff on a fullback dive, and he is going to be brought down following a minimal gain. Kaysen Messner, another freshman, in on the stop for Western.
Good job by Cottrell there. Switched that ball to the outside hand along the sideline. Gave a little straight arm there. About a 4-yard gain.
Second down and 6. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go. The Berries will move to 7-1 on the season. 4-0. They will conclude conference play with the conference championship. His defensive coordinator, Troy Hudson, hugging some of his stars, Deegan Kitchell and Tate Strong. Hugging Coach Russell's. This is a lot of reason to celebrate tonight if you're a Logansport Berry fan. Now the handoff to Cottrell up the middle. He's got some running room inside the 45-yard line to try to take the ball away from him, but he was not having that. Evan Dinn was trying to rip that ball away from Cottrell, but he gets a first down into Western territory down to the 43-yard line. Looks like Caden Walker went into the locker room and put his gear back on, maybe for the team picture, to celebrate the conference championship and their inaugural season as a member of the Hoosier Conference. They caught a couple teams in some rebuilding mode, so it will not be as easy as it was this year for the Berries, as you mentioned, Mark. Other than the West Lafayette game and Lafayette Central Catholic, they've really not been challenged this season. Now the handoff up the middle of Cottrell, and he is hit down right at the line of scrimmage. Zachary Robinson on the stop. No gain on the play. Second down and 10. Down to inside of 3 minutes now to go for the Berries. We'll look to wrap up a 8-1 regular season if they can knock off Rensselaer Central next Friday night. Rensselaer Central coming in at 2-5 coming into the night, so it wasn't too long ago. Rensselaer Central was a power in 2A.
Yeah.
So maybe a rebuilding season as well. Again, Logansport maybe caught some teams at a good time this year. in some rebuilding mode. 2nd down and 10 for the Berries at the 43-yard line. Now a counter handoff to Jackson Wicker. Wicker's down to the 41-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. Sets up 3rd down and 8. And by the time the Berries snap this football, they'll be inside of 2 minutes to go. Logansport comfortably ahead 42-0. Scored 14 points in the first quarter, 14 points in the second quarter, 14 in the third.
The running clock, Joe, it's a good rule for a lot of reasons, but in a situation like that, though, you like to see some other kids, and it really limits the plays, and you don't see them as much. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess.
Yep, I agree. 3rd down and 8. Now we get a flag on the play. It's going to be a delay on the Berries. But the clock will continue to run. So Western will have a chance to salvage something out of their season if they can get a win on senior night next Friday night against Twin Lakes. We saw Twin Lakes back on September the 20th, a 40-13 win for the Berries. Twin Lakes are very young. Got some young talent on that team. That could be a team to be reckoned with. Now down to 10 seconds on the play clock. Hudson quickly to the line of scrimmage. Try and beat the play clock down to 4 seconds. Might take another delay of game penalty. And that's going to be the case. And this might be done on purpose by Coach Johnson to take delays and to keep the ball from being snapped and to prevent injuries. We've already had a couple kids get injured, one for Western, one for Logansport. Didn't appear to be too serious from either one. But again, good strategy by Coach Johnson. We've got a running clock. There's no need to put anyone in harm's way. So we're down to 25 seconds to play. And the Berries will get a conference championship, 4-0 in the big school division of the Hoosier Conference. And now victory formation on this 3rd down play. Taking a knee is Hudson. And that will do it as the remaining seconds will wind off the clock. Our final score, Logansport 42, Western nothing. We'll step aside for break. When we return, we'll have our post-game show live from Logansport. Thanks, Brian. Thank you very much, Alan James, alongside Mark Thomas, who's filling in for the vacationing day Packer Joe Stetz, as the Logansport Berries are on the field celebrating their Hoosier Conference Big School Division Championship, going a perfect 4-0 in the conference. And Tate Strong and the seniors heading down into the end zone for the picture, and I'm guessing that's why Caden Walker put his uniform back on. He wanted to be dressed for the team picture. In case you're just joining us, Caden left with an injured left leg, I believe. He was able to get off the field under his own power. Tried to get back in. It was 21-0 at the time of the injury, so Coach Johnson figured that the game was in hand. No need to risk further injury. Get Caden ready for the sectional. Mark, believe it or not, sectional draw on Sunday.
Wow.
And the Berries will find their fate, hopefully, to get a good draw. The Logansport Berries soccer team got a good draw. Unfortunately, couldn't take advantage of it with an illness to a key player, but they got the first round bye. So Berries got the luck to draw in soccer. Hopefully, they will get that in football as well. I know you've had a chance to put together some numbers.
Yeah, hopefully I'll perform a little better this
half. I have no doubt.
But first for Western, who moves to 0-8, they rushed the ball 29 times for 115 yards. Kyler Norman, 54 yards on 22 carries. Comer, 2 carries for 51 yards. Passing the ball, 1 of 7 for Norman. Did have the big completion to Cobble for 38 yards. So 153 total yards for Western. For the Logansport Berries, very, very good, clean effort for them tonight. 38 rushes, 295 yards. Del Valle, 101 yards, 15 carries, a touchdown. Quincy Jackson off the bench, 6 carries for 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jackson Walker, 39 yards on 3 carries. Caden Walker carried the ball a couple times for 8 yards before he got hurt. Hopefully he'll be okay. But overall, 295 on the ground. Bryson Herr, very efficient passing the ball. 3 of 4, 50 yards and a touchdown. The big one, 37-yard screen to Elliot Baldini for a touchdown. So 295 on the ground, 50 through the air, 345 total yards for the Berries.
All right, we will step aside for break as the Berries continue to celebrate. Hopefully we'll have a chance to talk with Coach Mike Johnson and our Coca-Cola player of the game. That's all coming up live from Logansport. If Johnson doesn't give us a player of the game, who would you say? I'm leaning Quincy Jackson.
I am too.
Okay, I think that's the all right. I mean, you could pick 25 guys.
Yeah, and it's not like everything he did was garbage time.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, he
exactly.
came in early.
Yep.
So yeah, good as anything.
Yep.
I think.
Okay, well, he might bring somebody, but in case he doesn't, well. Question, Coach. Why doesn't Comer get the ball more? He's a heck of a ball player.
Yeah, he plays offense, defense, and all special teams, and so we try to give him little breaks here and there. But yeah,
I thought he was your best player. I mean, that's the limited. I was really impressed. Great speed.
yeah, thank you. Appreciate the comments.
Just to let you know, this is the first conference football championship that is won by Logansport since 2006. Congratulations, boys.
Thank you once again, Alan James, as we return to LMH Stadium to wrap things up. Dave Packard on vacation. Mark Thomas nice enough to fill in his first conference championship in a long time. Clay mentioned it. I could not hear it, unfortunately, but a 4-0 conference record, 7-1 overall. The Bears await their fate. And Coach Johnson has his Coca-Cola Player of the Game, I believe. But he's getting some well wishes, so he's not used to that. But I think they're making their way towards us. As Chris Middleton comes by with a high five, and we're on the same page, I think, as Coach Johnson making his way to our broadcast location with the Bears 42-0. Big win over Western. On paper, it looked to be a mismatch, and it was right from the jump. Logansport just had a little bit too much for Western tonight.
Yeah, it went pretty much the way you figured. Logan came out just immediately, set the tone, and you talk about hopefully Caden Walker's good, but boy, right. Quincy Jackson, did he ever step in and do a job? So good all-around effort tonight, and again, we're 3 points away from a perfect season at this point, which that blows me away.
So Coach Mike Johnson and the Coca-Cola Player of the Game, and the gentleman that we discussed during the break, if Coach Johnson didn't bring somebody, who would we vote? And all three of us, we're on the same page. So we'll let those gentlemen make their way towards our location. And there's our Coach Johnson and our Coca-Cola Player of the Game, who's out of breath. And I guess you are out of breath as hard as you were. Quincy Jackson, our Coca-Cola Player of the Game. Congratulations on a fabulous game, Quincy.
Thank you.
So, unfortunately, with Caden getting injured, next man up, and, boy, you took advantage.
Yeah, I know. When I saw him go down, I knew I had to step up. So, had 2 touchdowns. I'm first of my varsity, playing varsity, so I'm proud of that, and I know my parents are proud of me, so, yeah.
Well, Mark is filling in for Dave Packer tonight, and he was getting ready to put a stat sheet together. Who else besides the Walker brothers might carry the ball? I said, well, Quincy Jackson is the guy who's gotten some carries. I'm glad I mentioned that. I'm glad you had it on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
So take us through that first touchdown. Unbelievable. 4 or 5 spin moves. What was going through your mind?
Well, linemen were blocking everybody.